team. For more on this afternoon's contest, we send it upstairs to Lanny Fratteri and Tyler Barnett.
Joe, thank you very much. Tyler, let's follow up on what Joe was just talking about. Yes, we can say this Bronx team hasn't been here all that much, and a team from Spain, etc. But every year, we're basically talking about new personalities, new people, new players, new managers.
And along with that newness comes a lot of nerve. You know, you want to represent your city, your state, your country well, and you know this is game one, so there's always a lot of nerves in game one. But this is game one, you know, for the history of their program. So a lot more nerves involved here, and we get to watch everything happen for the first time for both of these teams. Very exciting.
And so we have a team that is made up of players from near Yankee Stadium against a team whose players have been very close to the Paris Olympics. Let's see what happens.
Picture. weather conditions this Saturday afternoon in Washington, Pennsylvania. We're set to bring you coverage of Game 4 of the Printscape Pony League World Series between Gijon, Spain and Bronx, New York. Good afternoon, I'm Joe Bricado, and thanks for joining us tonight. We see many familiar teams in this Pony League World Series field. Our next two teams, not so much. They're relative newcomers to this event. Gijon is the first team from Spain ever to play their way to the Pony League World Series, and they bested 16 teams out of the European zone to advance. They did so with a 5-1 record. The Bronx, representing the East Zone, they defeated teams from Virginia, North Carolina, and Maryland, and this is the second World Series appearance for the Bronx and the first since 2018. For more on this afternoon's contest, we send it upstairs to Lanny Fratteri and Tyler Barnett.
Joe, thank you very much. Tyler, let's follow up on what Joe was just talking about. Yes, we can say this Bronx team hasn't been here all that much, and a team from Spain, etc. But every year, we're basically talking about new personalities, new people, new players, new managers.
And along with that newness comes a lot of nerve. You know, you want to represent your city, your state, your country well, and you know this is game one, so there's always a lot of nerves in game one. But this is game one, you know, for the history of their program. So a lot more nerves involved here, and we get to watch everything happen for the first time for both of these teams. Very exciting.
And so we have a team that is made up of players from near Yankee Stadium against a team whose players have been very close to the Paris Olympics. Let's see what happens.
At Printscape Imaging and Graphics, we're more than printers. We're partners in creativity and community. From sponsoring local charities to empowering small businesses, Printscape is committed to giving back. Our people help businesses and organizations build their brands while strengthening our community, like the Printscape Pony League World Series. Printscape Imaging and Graphics, where technology meets creativity. Visit us today and see how we can bring your vision to life.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
Hey!
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again with programs tied to in-demand jobs. We're breaking down barriers and giving you more choices. We're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
Teams from the Bronx, New York, and Gijon, Spain are on the field for the starting lineups, reserves, and the coach introductions. We send it upstairs to Bob Gregg.
And now the starting lineups for Game 4, the Printscape Pony League World Series. The visitors, East Zone champions from the Bronx, New York. Leading off, second baseman, number 26, Eric Nunez. Batting second and catching, number 38, Jeremias Perez. Batting third and playing third base, number 4, Fausto Dominguez. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 9, Jeremy Puello. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 99, Misael Acosta. Batting sixth, left fielder number 29, Angel Garcia. Batting seventh, the right fielder number 8, Yerman Martinez. Batting eighth and pitching number 10, Janly Rodriguez. Batting ninth and playing first base, number 27, Jesus Diaz. Number 3, Kendry Colon. Number 35, Ismael Ramirez. Number 40, Justin Hernandez. Number 54, Michael Enriquez. Coach Juan Rodriguez. Business manager, Jeffrey Gutierrez. And the manager, Wilson Gutierrez. East Zone champion, Bronx, New York. And now making their first ever appearance at the Printscape Pony League World Series, European champion Gijon, Spain. Leading off is the shortstop, number 44, Hugo Diaz. Batting second and catching, number 39, Carlos Gonzalez. Batting third and pitching, number 25, Alex Morales. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 72, Peter Dusick. Batting fifth, center fielder, number 24, Alexandra Shelton. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 12, Ronan Combue. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 30, Tiziano De Cesaris. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 21, Joey Viala. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 10, Sengli Transeng. Number 4, Martin Monsione. Number 11, Lucas Milgram. Number 13, Ferdinand Delori. Number 14, Lila de Hauteville. Number 34, Eric Vasquez. Number 42, Joseph Benisti. Coach Paul Rex. Coach Natalie Cuetu. Manager Roberto Diaz. Gijon, Spain. Umpiring at home plate, Dave Smalko. At first base, Dave Striffler. At second, Jeff DeCellis. And at third base, Ray Parker. Decisions Committee, Terry Faust, Tom O'Connor, Lenny Lynch.
At this time, we ask all that are able to please rise for the Pony Prayer and the national anthems. Gentlemen and boys, please remove your caps. Thank you to all veterans and active duty members of the United States Armed Forces for your service. We invite you to render a hand salute during the Star-Spangled Banner. Almighty God, help us to realize that we are gathered here to watch young people play baseball, not to second-guess strategy, dispute decisions, or question ability. That we are here to cheer, to encourage, to join in the fun that is baseball, not to jeer, discourage, or otherwise degrade the game. That while officials and players are expected to perform within the bounds of certain standards, we also, as spectators, are expected to conduct ourselves within the bounds of good sportsmanship. May this contest end without injury, without feelings of ill will, without disgrace, but as an activity worthy of thy blessing. Amen.
6 teams have already made their debuts at the 2024 Printscape Pony League World Series. Gijon, Spain, and the Bronx, New York will do just that. Coming up next in Game 4 of the Pony League World Series, the winner to take on the host team Washington County on Sunday afternoon.
Quick question, Pittsburgh. What's the one thing better than a night game at PNC Park? Well, that's easy. A night game with fireworks. Head down to the North Shore on select nights this summer. Get loud for the Buccos. And stick around to see our friends from Zambelli Fireworks do what they do best. But you better hurry. Other than racing pierogies and raising the Jolly Roger, this might just be the best tradition in town. Say it loud, Pittsburgh. Let's go, Bucks!
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small-town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities, and that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
Pony baseball, 350 to center field, 250 down the lines, 54 feet from the mound to home plate, 80 feet between the bases, not 90. 13 and 14-year-olds, though some who we're seeing over the weekend have reached their 15th birthday. And 76 degrees and a sunny Saturday for the Pony League World Series, brought to you by Printscape. For the team from Bronx, New York, all right-handed batters, starting with Nunez, then Perez, Dominguez, Puello, Acosta, Garcia, Martinez, Rodriguez, and Diaz. Spain defensively, Combs, Shelton center, Viola in right, De Cesaris at third or Diaz at short, Franceng at second, Dusick at first, and Gonzalez catching Alex Morales, the right-hander.
And Morales warming up, sported a fastball at about 75. Only saw one breaking ball. It was out of the zone. No other off-speed outside of that.
And the right-hander working from the stretch, fires strike one with David Smoko behind the plate. David Striffler, the umpire at first, Jeff DeChellis at second, Ray Parker at third. The Bronx played here in the Pony League World Series in 2018, won 1-2. One ball and one strike. The right-hander Morales 6 feet, 166 pounds. And heaves one in there that's fouled off to the right. Game number 4 of this year's Pony Leg World Series. Marching on way to a championship game Wednesday night, August 14th. Fly ball to center. Shelton makes the catch, one away. And now catcher Jeremias Perez, and a quick note from Nunez, the leadoff hitter, whispered something to the number 2 hitter before Nunez went back to the dugout. Fastball in, 1-1. And foul back, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Morales filling up the strike zone early here, getting the line out from Nunez, and then up 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Perez.
And the pitch that bounced about 6 feet in front of home plate.
That was what the breaking ball did in his warm-up, so probably still trying to find the right grip, right release point.
And a borderline pitch, and Perez fouls it away. And a foul ball back out of play. For the Bronx, Wilson Gutierrez, where number 21 is the manager. Ball driven with authority to left center field. Bouncing off the wall, bobbled by the center fielder. And Perez safely into third. Ball mishandled by Shelton, and Combre picked it up and fired it in.
So that will be a triple for Perez. Not stopping, rounding second base there, even with the bobble, able to get to third. And now a runner at third with 1 out for the 3-hitter Dominguez.
Infield playing back early in this ball game with a runner 3rd and 1 out. Is this playable? Yes, and handled well. Tagging at third. Throw to the plate, trickles past catcher Gonzalez, and the Bronx takes a 1-0 lead on a sacrifice fly that couldn't have gone any more than 124 feet.
Yeah, but it was a great heads-up play by second baseman Transing. Makes the catch, an awkward catch out there right behind the first baseman near foul territory, but still has the heads-up mind to turn around and make a throw to the plate. Just kind of short hops his catcher, Gonzalez, and not able to apply the tag there. The ball definitely beat Perez to the plate, just not in a location to be able to make a play on it.
And Puello steps in, now takes a strike. So a quick 1-0 lead for the Bronx. Hit in the air to right center field. Off the glove of center fielder Shelton. And into second base, Puello. Double.
Double.
Two outs, a run in, and a runner at second base.
Center fielder number 99.
Mentioned Wilson Gutierrez, the manager. Wilson's son Jeffrey's on the staff. Their coach Juan Rodriguez. And now Acosta.
.6'1", 180 for Acosta.
Who happens to live 5 minutes from Yankee Stadium.
And honestly, at that size, if he walked into Yankee Stadium on game day and walked into the clubhouse, nobody would probably stop him.
You have to pick a different number, though, I don't think.
Yeah, that one's probably taken. But honestly, I mean, what number can you pick?
Yeah.
There's not many left. They're gonna have to start getting into the triple digits there in the Bronx.
Yeah, well picked by Gonzalez. Very stylish. Grabbing that ball out of the dirt. Pretty good lead for Puello at second.
We've seen a lot of that this weekend. Just middle infielders holding their position, and runners at second base able to get a great jump.
Runner going here. Ball goes back to the screen, but it is a stolen base. Strike on the inside corner. 2 down. The Bronx has a 1-0 lead. With Puello, the runner at third base, and 2 outs. And Morales. Ball golfed out of play. It was the 1-out triple by Perez that set the stage, and Dominguez picking up an RBI on a sacrifice fly, line drive, base hit just out of the reach of shortstop Diaz. Acosta drives in Puello, 2-0 Bronx.
And I'm sure if we had the technology and we were able to track the exit velocity on that, it was probably in the triple digits. I mean, this ball's just smoked over top of the shortstop Diaz. Another RBI for the boys from the Bronx, and a little meeting on the mound for Spain.
Also Garcia checking with his third base coach. Garcia Swing and a miss, strike one. Angel Garcia, saxophone player.
Ooh, nice.
Wild pitch. And Acosta to second base. Two nothing. The Bronx leads. And the winner of this game will play Washington County at noon tomorrow. And the loser plays Michigan at 5 tomorrow. And time called. The Bronx champions scored 2 runs on 3 hits here in the first. Runner goes, swing and a miss. And the stolen base. With a head first slide by Acosta. Great job by DeCesaris to not let that ball go down the left field line.
Unfortunate that Gonzalez was able to hold on to that, because if that ball's foul tipped, then that sends Acosta back to second.
And ball 4, no. Count is now 2-2. Two nothing the Bronx. 2 outs. 3-2. Base on balls. Ball gets away. And it is now 3-0.
Acosta making a secondary lead on that pitch, kind of slips and draws a throw from Gonzalez, but the ball ends up in the left field, allowing Acosta to score. And then after the walk, Garcia able to move up to second base.
And we have seen, this is only the 4th game of the year, but we've seen this scenario where all the excitement of being involved in the Pony League World Series for these youngsters, and a number of these teams have had some jitter problems.
Chicos, venga, no pasa nada. Nos vamos a meter en 2-4, ¿vale? Exactamente, vamos allá, tío. Tú relájate. Van 2 outs, ¿vale? Relájate, bloca ahí, hace todo, hace el trabajo. Ey, esta entrada ya, ¿vale? Vamos a acabar la entrada, chicos, vamos a acabar la entrada, vamos, venga.
And you mentioned nerves. It's kind of expected, especially for Spain. You know, as I was reading this, since the European teams first began competing in the Pony World Series, just 2012, teams from Germany, the Czech Republic, the Netherlands, Austria, and United Kingdom have all represented the European zone. This is the first time that Spain has been here, and there's a lot of nerves riding on that, because it's not just your first time here as a 14-year-old. This is your country's first time represented here. So there's just a little bit more riding on the backs of these young men, and I'm sure they still carry a lot of pride from it.
And I'm wondering whether there's a tendency on the part of some players to think they need to do more than they've done. They were solid, fundamentally solid to get to the championship, and now to believe they need to do even more than that, because the World Championship.
Yeah, I mean, in the European zone alone, Spain's 5-1, and they outscored their opponents 59-21. So, you know, they played great baseball to get to this point. But I do think that it's natural for, you know, a young kid to try to do more than they can do, especially on a stage like this. I mean, it's the Pony League World Series. It's a big deal. It's good. It's one of the shining moments of the 14 to 15 years these kids have lived. And so, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of extra pressure, and you're probably going to try to do some things that your body is just not capable of doing yet.
After the hit batsman, 2 men on base. Janely Rodriguez, the pitcher. So Rodriguez knows he's going to go to the mound at the bottom of the first with a lead of at least 3-0. The Bronx scored early, third batter of the game. And a pitch up high. The Dominguez sacrifice fly. The Acosta RBI single, and then the error allowed the third run to score. And 2-1. Bunting, and a strike as he missed it. Rodriguez in the 8th spot of the batting order.
And something to note here too, first baseman Peter Dusick holding on Martinez at first base. So not playing behind the runner, a little bit of extra space down the first base line.
Strike 3 and the ball game is over. The inning is over. 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 2 left on base. The Bronx 3 and Spain coming to bat.
At Printscape Imaging and Graphics, we're more than printers. We're partners in creativity and community. From sponsoring local charities to empowering small businesses, Printscape is committed to giving back. Our people help businesses and organizations build their brands while strengthening our community, like the Printscape Pony League World Series. Printscape Imaging and Graphics, where technology meets creativity. Visit us today and see how we can bring your vision to life.
Video board in left center field is sponsored by Coca-Cola, the official sports drink of Printscape Pony League World Series, and by Cohen Markets, the official convenience store of the World Series. Certainly appreciate their support.
And the batting order for Gijon, Spain: Diaz, Gonzalez, Morales, Dusick, Shelton, Combre, De Cesaris, Viola, and Transeng. By the way, there are 3 switch hitters in the Spanish lineup. In the batting order, they'll be facing Janely Rodriguez, backed by Garcia, Costa, and Martinez, Dominguez, Cuello, Nunez, Diaz, and Perez.
The last of our first round games, and then our first 2 elimination
And
games.
one of the 3 switch hitters to lead off.
11 a.m. Leading off the first for Gijon, Spain, the
Well,
shortstop, number 44.
I checked with them earlier. They told me that Diaz was a switch hitter, but he's obviously not going to bat left-handed here. And against the right-hander Rodriguez.
Could be a switch hitter that favors the right on right, left on left matchups. See something new every day.
The 15 players from Spain, or on this Spanish roster, 7 are from Spain, 7 are from France, including 3 from Paris, and 1 player from the Czech Republic. Number 4 hitter Dusic is from Prague.
Some players getting out of France and coming to Washington, Pennsylvania, and the rest of the world trying to get into France. Watch the Olympics. And Rodriguez, watching him warm up, sported a fastball at about 71 at 72. That curveball, 64. Changeup, 63 to 65. I did like the action on his changeup. Like to see him throw that against lefties.
And the second time in this at bat, the Diaz stepped as if he thought he had ball 4. Now he's facing a count of 3-2. And down on strikes.
Catcher, number 39, Carlos Gonzalez.
And now Gonzalez.
Fastball over the heart of the plate.
When you were commenting about Rodriguez's fastball 71-72, give us a barometer here. What is real good for 13 and 14-year-olds?
I mean, we've seen just today, up in the 80s. Last night, saw a couple at 82, 83. I mean, that's incredible for this level. I would say 70 to 75 is probably your average, your midline. 80s being in the top of that. But what impresses me with these young pitchers, yeah, everybody's going to try to throw a curveball. Everybody's going to try to throw a slider. We saw somebody break out a knuckleball earlier in game 1. I like to see their changeups. That's as they progress. Changeup is the pitch that you really want to see a pitcher excel at. You want that to become their best pitch. And we've seen a couple pitchers really be able to throw their changeups well. Last night for Puerto Rico, John Figueroa had a great changeup, and he worked that through 4 innings strong and got the win. I think that's kind of the difference maker in young pitchers, is how well they throw their changeup.
And some of it has to do with the differential between the fastball and the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, and that's, it's not really a changeup if you throw your fastball at 75 and your changeup at 72. It's got to have some differential, and it's got to have some drop.
Well, the home plate umpire acted like it was a foul ball. It was a throw to first base to complete the strikeout, but the home plate umpire Smoko indicating foul ball.
Yep. Foul ball.
Base hit. Gonzalez. And the ball, I'm not sure I know what was going on there in center field, as Acosta was having trouble corralling that ball.
There's the pitcher, number 25, Alex Morales.
bring up pitcher Alex Morales. A 3-0 Bronx lead. The Bronx triple, double, single, error, 3 runs on 3 hits in the top of the first inning. Janley Rodriguez, who turned 15 the end of July. Playable on the infield. And Nunez has the second out.
First baseman, number 72, Peter Dusick.
Now Dusick, the short and tall of this story from Spain, and Dusick is 6'3", and there are 2 players on the Spanish roster that are under 5 feet. Transeng is 4'8", and Milgram is 4'7". Tomahawked in the left field by Dusick. And 2 men on with 2 outs. Bottom of the first, 3-0 in favor of the Bronx.
Center fielder, number 24, Alexander Shelton.
Takes a pitch above his hands and is able to get barrel to it and drive it out into left field.
All right, Shelton listed as a switch hitter, but and a called strike, talking about players that are tall as opposed to players that are short. Back in my days with the Pirates, there was once a picture that was taken with Randy Johnson, who was 6'10", and John Cangelosi of the Pirates, about 5'9". Ball 1 on Shelton. By the way, there's confusion about whether these guys are switch hitters or not. Listed so, checked with them earlier, but must have been some kind of lost in translation thing. Bottom of the first inning of game number 4 of the Printscape Pony League World Series. Time called. Diaz jockeying around with the trailing runner Dusick behind him, in front of him, behind him. Behind him, in front of him, behind him. And 2-2. Two on, 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. And the third time that Rodriguez has gone full here in the first inning. Runners will be going with 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. The Bronx leads 3-0. The spin move, and how about that with Rodriguez pointing over to his first baseman? Said, you've been moving around over there for so many of the pitches. Where were you there when I wanted to throw to you? Strike 3. Out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left on base. At the end of 1, the Bronx 3, Gijon 0.
There's a place, far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance and every night. Where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
For 125 years, we've been covering this region's financial needs, sharing your rebellious spirit, standing right here with you, supporting your dreams, helping businesses grow and thrive, investing in what matters, and always putting people first. Thank you for letting us get to know you over our first 125 years. We're Washington Financial Bank, and we're proud to be the bank that gets you.
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again for people who maybe thought college wasn't the answer. We're making college practical with programs tied to in-demand jobs that prepare you for success right away. We're making college accessible by breaking down barriers and offering more choices. We're making college approachable with faculty who understand where you're coming from and help you get where you're going. At Penn West, we're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
The Printscape Pony League World Series is presented by Printscape, by the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, by CNX, and by the Observer Publishing Company. Well, our producers, Roger Lenhart, our director, Scott Bartlett, our executive producer, Dan Lohman. He's with his mom on his mom's 80th birthday, and Mom's been under the weather a little bit. Also, Mike Parsons, our executive producer. I thought it was, I guess, most appropriate that Mike Parsons, on the day that the team from the Bronx plays at the Pony League World Series, that Mike Parsons wore his New York Yankee golf shirt.
Leading off the Bronx second inning, first baseman, number 27, Gijon Diaz.
We had a conversation with Mike up here about this team from the Bronx, and I think you had mentioned that you'd spoke with some of the players about where they played some of their games this year.
Yeah, they were talking about, and I was involved in a Yankee Pirates series at the time I was involved. It was the old Yankee Stadium. George Costanza was there, and there is a footprint of the old Yankee Stadium that is across the street from the new Yankee Stadium. So some of these young players from the Bronx have been on that real estate.
But none of them know who George Costanza is. And honestly, I mean, if you ask some of these kids about old Yankee Stadium, they're not going to know what it is either.
Yeah. Now 1-2 on Diaz.
I mean, you saw Babe Ruth play in old Yankee Stadium, didn't you?
No, he had just retired a year before I started following baseball. Yeah, followed back 1-2. Watching Jesus Diaz lead off, the Pittsburgh Pirates for many years had a very talented organist by the name of Vince Lashide, who was so creative and swinging foul ball. And one day the Pirates are playing the Cubs, and Ivan De Jesus is the batter, and De Jesus hits into a double play. And Vince Lashide plays "What a Friend We Have in Jesus." One of the classics. Now 2-2 on Jesus Diaz. Turned 14 in January. He has an older brother, a couple of older brothers, and a sister. And the ball off the glove of the lunging Teng Se, and safe at first.
give that a hit. So a single for Diaz.
Number 26, Eric Nunez.
Top of the order for Nunez. 3-0 Bronx lead.
Third baseman DeCesaris back behind third base. So a lot of room down the third base line to lay down a bunt.
And strike called. And the count of balls, 2 strikes. Our first game today, a decisive win for Tijuana, Mexico, 13-0, with Romeo Briones hitting 2 home runs, a grand slam and a solo home run. And a ball 1-2. Ground ball to short. Diaz teams with Transing for the force out at second base. 1 on and 1 out. And Jeremiah Perez, who tripled and scored the game's first run of the first inning.
Number 38, Jeremiah Perez.
3-0 Bronx, top of the second inning. Runner going and a ball fouled away. So Nunez will have to do the about face.
Third base coach Jeffrey Gutierrez looking at him. Shouldn't have swung at that. Had a great jump at first base. Swung at a pitch out of the zone. Basically taking an extra base away from Nunez.
Perez, 14 years of age, also a basketball player, one of 5 children, and his dad works for American Airlines. The Bronx catcher. They throw to first base. Gonzalez catching for Spain. What's probably the toughest thing for a young catcher to grasp when you first move into that position?
Blocking the baseball.
Yeah?
Yeah, blocking the baseball, going down and getting your body in front of it, being able to block it back toward the plate. That way, if you have to make a throw, it's closer to a base. You know, a lot of young kids just want to pick at it, turn the glove over, try to backhand it, grab it off the short hop. But being able to get down to a knee, 2 knees, and block baseballs is very difficult.
Runner going. Ball dropped to the gap in right center field, and that is going to allow Nunez to score on the Perez double, and it is now 4-0 in favor of the Bronx.
Perez with a triple in the first inning, and then an RBI double here in the second. Probably could have been a triple if he wouldn't have swung at that first pitch and sent Nunez back to first base, because it looked like Nunez was going to get held up at third, which is why Perez stopped at second. He tried to get to third again, but then ended up settling in at second base.
You know, Dominguez, who picked up an RBI and a sacrifice fly on a ball that was popped and couldn't have been It was caught about 120 feet from home plate. Talking about catching, what about learning teaching young catchers how to receive pitches?
And I think that's difficult for any age, really. There's different ways to teach it, but one of the common practices with anybody who teaches young kids how to receive, or anybody how to receive, is being quiet. You know, not drawing attention to you pulling the ball into the zone. You know, basically not letting umpires see balls.
And the ball drops in, and that allows Perez to move to third. Duszek got himself in a position where he was trying to make an over-the-shoulder catch. And so Dominguez, he's hit 2 balls in this game, and they've gone a total of 200 feet. But he has an RBI and a single.
He could have taken his first at-bat, picked up his second at-bat where the first one dropped, and it still wouldn't have gotten out of the ballpark.
Am I right? They scored that a base hit, right?
It was a base hit, yes. Bloop single.
And now Puello. Runner going. And the stolen base with shortstop Diaz cutting in front of second to keep tabs on the runner at third, Perez.
What a great throw by Gonzalez. Great footwork. Strong throw.
Runners at second and third, 1 out. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a number of these hitters on the Bronx in the lineup that don't get cheated at the plate.
No, and that's the way you want it. You know, you only get 3 swings at a ball, you know, barring foul tips, and you only get 3, so make them worth it. You know, nobody wants to just make contact and roll it over to the shortstop. Try to barrel a ball up and barrel it up hard.
Or get caught swinging a bender.
Yeah, happens to the best of us.
Number 99, Miguel Acosta.
And now Acosta.
And Morales did a great job getting on top of his breaking ball there. We've seen him spike it a good bit early in this game, but they're able to find that release point and get a strikeout on.
The fan of Aaron Judge singled in a run and scored a run in the first inning. 4-0 the Bronx. And the ball fouled back out of play, strike 1.
Vamos, Alex. Vamos.
High fastball. With a guy that swings it like Acosta, if you're going to throw him a high fastball, you've got to make sure you get above his hands, because if you throw it about chest high, you're basically elevating that ball for him to hit it as far as he possibly can.
Getting a chance to enjoy some of the mannerisms of Acosta as he accepts pitches and takes pitches and stands center stage. Ball gets away, and Perez scores to make it 5-0, and Dominguez goes to third. Pass ball.
That was a strike, so it's a 2-2 count here for Acosta. 2-2 count. Just a batter ago, we saw a breaking ball hung up in the zone for a strikeout.
This one is hit well to left center field. Bouncing to the wall. Acosta, second hit. This double drives in Dominguez, and it is 6-0 in favor of the Bronx in the second inning.
It's his second hit of the game, his second RBI of the game. Scored Puello an inning ago. This time scoring Dominguez from third with that double to left center.
And Angel Garcia walked his first time up. Runner on the move from second. Ball popped out of the infield. And the catch made by Dusick. The inning is over, but the Bronx tacks on 3 more runs on 4 hits. And after an inning and a half, Bronx 6, Gijon, Spain nothing.
With Honda's newly redesigned lineup, there's no better time to buy at Washington Honda. Washington Honda's caring and knowledgeable sales team will make it easy to find the perfect Honda for you. Washington Honda, it's all at the mall.
South Hills Toyota has a great selection of newly redesigned Toyotas to choose from. Finding your new Toyota will be a breeze. The vehicle you want from the dealership you trust. South Hills Toyota, it's all at the mall.
From the first steps and new love to each milestone, big and small, the promise is made to the new beginnings and the dances that never end. Life is filled with the moments you live for. By protecting your health with regular vaccinations, screenings, and well checks, you can fully embrace all of life's little moments. At Cornerstone Care, we create healthier tomorrows today. Schedule an appointment with us and let's walk this path together.
Earlier today, the Champions League game, and the Champions League game, a poignant reminder of how dedicated Pony Baseball is to making sure that every individual has an opportunity to play the game of baseball, to feel the bat in his or her hands, or to hear the crack of the bat, to run the bases and touch home plate, and touching our hearts as those of us had a chance to witness an inspirational Champions League game today. And there is someone throwing in the bullpen for Gijon, Spain. And that someone is Dusick. So now Ronan Combs-Bay with a chopper to third. And Dominguez onto Diaz, one away. A good play.
Great pick by Dominguez. Whenever you're playing the hot corner, you've got to make a decision. You got to make it quick to either stay back and get that long hop to your chest and have to make a strong throw across the infield, or just what Dominguez did there, come up and get that short hop, give yourself a little bit of time to gather and make a good throw to first.
Well, DeCesaris, switch hitter, and he is batting left-handed against the right-hander Rodriguez. I have been told that not only is DeCesaris a switch hitter, but he is also able to throw with either hand.
Do we call those switch throwers? Do we have a name for those yet?
Sometimes ambidextrous.
Well, sometimes. I mean, if you look in a dictionary, I guess. But
I told you the Van Slyke story once, didn't I, about ambidextrous?
Maybe, but I don't think you've told everybody else.
Well, there was a guy that pitched for San Diego, and he could pitch with either hand. He had a glove that he could just flip it back and forth. And Van Slyke tripled off the guy. When Van Slyke got to third, the San Diego Padre third baseman said to Andy, "Did you know this pitcher is amphibious?" And Andy said, "You mean he can throw with either hand underwater?" 2 outs.
Right fielder number 21, Joey Viala.
Now Viala. 2 down, bottom of the second, and the Bronx in front 6-0. You ever wonder about some things? Just some nights you sit there and you wonder, I mean, why is it the Bronx? Because it's not the Manhattan, it's not the Brooklyn, it's not the Staten Island. I mean, I know it is the Ohio State, but doesn't that bother you? Doesn't that make you want to go,
And it's at this point in my life, I have never wondered that.
No?
But now I'm going to think of it often.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a ball that Nunez is unable to handle.
The Bronx in the Empire State. I do think of state nicknames often.
E4.
Second baseman number 10.
Yeah, we've done the state nickname thing before, haven't we?
Yeah. Because it started with Missouri. It's like why the show me state?
Yeah,
I just don't get it.
And
Kansas was the sunflower state.
And I tried to stumble you with the Keystone State, but you were right on that.
I was on that.
Yeah,
that
you
was
were
easy.
right on that one.
Yeah, that's a piece of cake.
And a ball. While we're talking geography, the city of Gijon, Spain, is a large coastal city in northern Spain. And one of the attractions is a railway museum, which I find interesting. That here's the team from Spain coming to Washington, Pennsylvania, and Washington, PA, famous for its trolley museum. Strike called 1-2.
Do you think the Bronx has a subway museum? Can we get somebody to look
Let me
into
count
that?
the ways. And the strikeout of Transang ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. After 2, in what is scheduled to be a 7-inning ball game, the Bronx 6 and Gijon Spain 0.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Tijuana, Mexico is making their second appearance at the Pony League World Series, and boy, were they impressive earlier this afternoon in a 13-0 5-inning win over Bay County, Michigan. Romeo Briones, 3 for 3 with 4 runs scored, 5 RBIs, including a grand slam in the 4th inning. He later added a solo shot in the 5th as Tijuana advances to play on Sunday.
So, Joe, why is it the Bronx, but it's not the Manhattan, it's not the Staten Island, it's not the Brooklyn, it's not the Queens? Why is that? Come on, Joe.
I think some things just are the way they are without explanation. That's the best way that I could explain it. But you do raise a good point.
Joe, do you have kids?
I do not, no.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you originally from the Rhode Island?
See, I was afraid this was going to come up. Yes, but closer to the Boston than the Bronx.
So if Joe ever has kids, that's the answer. It's children. I'm sorry, kids. It's just the way things are sometimes.
Precisely.
And Martinez to lead off.
I've got
new pitcher, by the way, Dusick.
I've got 3 boys, 6, 4, and then 1. And in the 7 years that I've had kids, I've never heard why so much in my entire life. Why? You need to put socks on. Why?
Yeah, and do you give them more than one word than
it's
because?
It's just the way that it is.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes things just are what they are.
Top of the 3rd. You have how many children?
3 boys.
Names and ages?
Truitt is 6. Cohen is 4. And Fields is 1. He will be 1 in 2 weeks.
Oh, wonderful. You're a blessed man.
I'm very lucky.
3-1 on Martinez. Ball 4. Thank you. I was gonna yell for Mia to help me, but thank you very much, partner. We'll walk to Martinez. That'll bring up Rodriguez. And 6-0 in favor of the Bronx. Wilson Gutierrez, the manager of the Bronx, played baseball at Walton High School and is now a JV coach at Cardinal Hayes High School. Pitch inside. Wilson Gutierrez works in theater. He works at New York City Center in Manhattan. And the Dusick pitch is high. 2 innings for Morales. He was charged with 6 runs. And Dusick now with a count of 2 balls, 1 strike. You know what Dusick reminds me of is Rick Russell, former Chicago Cubs right-hander and former Pirate too. Real good guy too, Rick Russell. Pitch high and inside, 3-1.
I will say this. He hasn't seemed to find his release point yet, but Dusick is very balanced on the mound. When he comes set, he's very balanced. He's got a good base. Whenever he delivers, he's very balanced. He stays, keeps his shoulders on top of his hips. Whenever it comes to up, down, in, out, balance plays a big part in it, but I just don't think that he's found his release point yet.
Listed at 6'3", 242 pounds, from Prague, Czech Republic. And in case you're wondering why 72, it is because his mom was born in 1972. Safe at second. Trenseng couldn't come up with it, 2 men on. And the second error of the game against against Gijon, Spain.
Number 27, Jesus Diaz.
Now Diaz, who singled in the second inning. 6-0 Bronx in the top of the third inning. And the winner of this game will take on Washington County at noon tomorrow.
I expect to see him bunt again here. Teixeira's back. Morales staying back, but he bunts it right back toward the pitcher, Dusick, and Dusick able to get the lead out at third base.
By throwing to his shortstop, by the way. It was shortstop Diaz who took the throw and got clipped.
Yeah, which is the correct rotation. So Diaz coming over to cover with the third baseman charging. So typically what you would see there, third baseman DeCesaris staying back to guard against the steal, but with DeCesaris vacating third base, you have to have somebody rotate over. So typically they call that a wheel play. The third baseman will bail out and go toward and field the bunt. Diaz, the shortstop, will cheat toward third and try to get the lead runner at third base.
Ball hit to right. Catch made. And the throw to third, tagging up Rodriguez, moves up 80 feet. 2 outs, 2 on, runners at first and third.
Number 38.
Viala making his first step back, still able to come in and make that catch. And Rodriguez able to move up to third into scoring position in case of a passed ball here.
First and third, 2 out, 6-0 the Bronx. And Perez, who already has 2 extra base hits, an RBI, and a couple of runs scored.
Today, thanks to Washington Financial Bank and to Wilson Sporting Goods and all of our other night sponsors. Thank you.
Count 0-2. Runner Rodriguez at third, Diaz at first, and 2 down. Bouncer up the middle, over the mound past second base. The base hit, Perez's third of the game, drives in the 7th run for the Bronx as Rodriguez scores and De Jesus moves up to second.
Great piece of 2-strike hitting there by Perez, picking up his second RBI of the day.
Now Dominguez, the pitch is outside ball 1. It's only the third inning, and already Perez has a triple, a double, and a single. Pitch errant, and the runners to second and third. He is to third, and Perez to second. 7-0 Bronx in the third inning. Our third game of the doubleheader today. It is Chinese Taipei against Palmview, Texas. Palmview defeated Mon Valley yesterday. Chinese Taipei will be playing its first game of the tournament. And that game will be on PLWS.TV. And then 3 games tomorrow. Tyler and I will be here for the game between Washington County and the winner of this game on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. And the Pony League television. Runners at second and third and 2 outs. And the foul ball by Dominguez. Peter Dusek's pitch. Lined into right center field, base hit. Diaz scores 8-0. Perez scores 9-0, and the throw to the plate allows Dominguez to go to second base after the 2-run single.
Great piece of base running there by Dominguez. Rounds first. Sees the ball overthrown on the infield. Able to get up in the scoring position here for his 4-hitter with 2 outs.
And now Puello, who doubled and scored in the first inning. The Bronx on top, up top 9-0. And the ball bouncing away, and the wild pitch. Dominguez moving to third.
So Dominguez had that sac fly that landed just over the dirt from first base in the first inning. Second inning, he had that single, the bloop single over the first baseman's head, and then that single there was a drive into right center field.
Here's a drive to center, and Shelton makes the catch. So the Bronx has scored 3 runs in each of the first 3 innings, and the Bronx leads 9-0.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
A trio of 3-run innings have staked the Bronx to a 9-0 lead on Gijon, Spain. And Janely Rodriguez has done his job on the mound. The right-hander worked around a pair of singles in the first inning. He struck out 2 in that frame and 2 in the second. And is currently through 2 innings scoreless with a 9-run lead.
Number 44, Hugo Diaz.
And top of the batting order for Gijon, Spain. And Diaz 0 for 1. And strike 1. Dribbler and a foul ball. Roberto Diaz, the manager of the team from Spain. And called strike 3. That is the second time that Diaz has been caught looking and has not appeared to be pleased with either the called strike of the first or the called strike of this third.
And Rodriguez did miss his spot, but he missed it over the heart of the plate.
And Gonzalez singled his first time up.
Batter is number 39, Carlos Gonzalez.
9-0, the Bronx leads. We're in the bottom of the third inning. The loser of this game will play Bay County, Michigan at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know whether there was a question from the Bronx team about pitch limit or pitch numbers. I don't. And Dave Smolko wants to know what's.
Oh, okay. I got you. It's the last batter.
Okay, he was just pointing out that this will be Rodriguez's last batter. Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate the heads up. It goes with that pitch count number.
Yeah. I think it's 45, I believe. Is that where it is? Uh, 50. Trying to keep him under 50, which, depending on where this batter ends up, if we have an out made in the next 5 pitches, he could technically throw to another batter, because Pony rules state that the threshold is for the start of that at-bat.
But that apparently won't be the case, as the strikeout of Gonzalez is strikeout number 6 for Janley Rodriguez. Joe, what do you got?
Well, guys, one of the most famous alumni to come through this Pony League World Series in Washington, PA, is 2018 National League MVP Christian Yelich. He played in this tournament back in 2006 for the Simi Valley, California squad, and he offered this advice to young players coming through the tournament.
You know, first off, I'd say take it all in. You know, I think it's something that you just kind of, you're there, but you should just kind of take a minute to look around, take in the atmosphere, where you're at, who you're playing with, all the hard work that's went into the summer and summers before to even get to that point. You know, it's a success just being there. And I think you should really just appreciate the moment in general. And then in your baseball career, I mean, it's, hey, look, just try and get the most out of it. Work as hard as you can. If it's your dream to play in the major leagues, it's something that's possible. You know, there's a lot of guys that have played on that same field that are living proof that it's a real thing. It's not easy by any means, and the biggest thing I think to be successful in baseball is to learn how to deal with failure, because it's coming. You know, it might not happen in pony ball, it might not happen in high school, maybe not college, but it's going to happen at some point, and it's part of the game. You know, you need to learn how to deal with it, and just definitely don't let it discourage you.
Yelich has had a very successful career in the big leagues, drafted originally by the Marlins, and most of his career spent with his current team in the Milwaukee Brewers.
Number 99.
All right, the new pitcher is Acosta. He has moved in from center field. That's why he's not in part of the Pony League World Series Gab Fest in center field. Did you happen to hear whether?
Yeah, they played shuffleboard with the outfielders. So Rodriguez is going to left.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And then the left fielder goes to center.
Garcia?
So Garcia will be in center, and then right field stays the same.
Okay. And with 2 outs and a 9-0 Bronx lead.
And here's the unfortunate part about that change is now Rodriguez will not be able to pick up the win. Have to pitch 3 innings to pick up the win.
All right, here's Morales. Alex Morales 0 for 1 in the ball game from Valencia, Spain. And a strike called 1-1. Bottom of the 3rd. Rodriguez works 2 2/3 innings. Does not allow a run, gives up just 2 hits, struck out 6. And the fair ball handled right at the line at the bag by Diaz. And Gijon, Spain retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 3rd. The Bronx 9, Gijon, Spain nothing.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small-town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our adult and community services give individuals with intellectual disabilities or autism the opportunity to develop new skills, have an independent home life, and make their own choices. From personalized daily care and community participation to supervised independent living, we cater to each individual's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
Cricket has free Samsung Galaxy phones?
What? Nationwide coverage and lightning fast 5G?
What? Smile, you're on Cricket.
Well, we certainly hope that you will make it out to the Pony League World Series. We have 3 games tomorrow at noon, 2:30, and 5. Washington County plays at noon tomorrow. And then 4 games on Tuesday, doubleheader starting at 10, with a second doubleheader Monday starting at 4:30. And then Tuesday, same scenario, doubleheader starting at 10, a second doubleheader starting at 4:30. And tickets are available at the gate for just $8 for adults, $5 for youngsters 14 and under. And for those of you in the Pittsburgh area, Western Ohio, Northern West Virginia, best thing is to come up 79. If you go 90 or go Interstate 70, 79 south, like you're going to Morgantown or Waynesburg, and exit 33 at Laboratory exit, get off there, go past Pancake Hill, go past the Pancake Inn, and pick up Washington Park, and you're here right in the middle of the Pony League World Series, brought to you by Printscape. And now Misiao Acosta, who has an RBI single and RBI double. Fly ball to left field. And caught on the track by Combs Bay. 1 away.
Oh, man.
A lot of antics from Acosta, whether it be in the outfield or on the base paths. And now he's in the game as the second pitcher for the Bronx. Pinch hitter here for the Bronx, Kendry Colon to bat.
Please, for the Bronx. Now batting number 3, Kendry Colon.
And ball one. Cologne, baseball player, basketball player. One of 4 children, and all 4 children in the Cologne family have first names that begin with the letter K.
Did you get them all?
Kendrin, Kieran, Kiana.
Nice. We've had a couple of those. I think, was it Mexico? A player's brothers and sisters, they all start with A.
Yeah.
Nobody's, oddly enough, nobody's ever done that with like X. You know, we
Xavier
had a Xavier earlier,
yeah.
but you know, he doesn't have a bunch of brothers and sisters.
Well,
that all
you know what, Tyler? It's just that's just the way things
that's
are.
It, yeah, true. Thanks, Joe.
1 on, 1 out.
Your attention, please, for the Bronx.
And
Now batting number 40,
another pinch hitter for the Bronx.
Justin Hernandez, first at bat in the team.
Justin Hernandez. 9-0 Bronx lead in the top of the 4th inning. And a fastball that ends up going back to the screen, and the wild pitch putting runner at second base. Talking about family names, all children being handed first names, same letter. As everybody in Pittsburgh knows, Vernon Law and his wife Anita had 7 children. They named all 7 with first names that began with V, including Vance Law, who played for the Pirates, followed in his father's footsteps.
We had, didn't his grandson or his son played or coached Ohio State, maybe? Is that what it was?
Yeah, we did come across Vernon's grandson.
Yeah.
And time called here, and the meeting at the mound with Roberto Diaz going out. You know, I was commenting about how.
How's your girlfriend?
Watching. Well, let's
How
listen
is your
here.
girlfriend? I don't know. Oh, yeah, you told me that I have a new gringo girlfriend or something like that. Ah, you had. Oh, sorry. And now what happens with you?
I know.
You're tired?
No,
You want to rest in the bench?
Not that too much.
Hey, like in the last inning, you finished very well. So what happens now?
Okay.
The thing is that, gracias, Hugo. The thing is that we need you. We can lose or whatever, you know, but let's do it with style. Elegantes. Vamos a jugar elegantes, chicos. Vamos a jugar un poco de huevos. Venga, y vamos a meter tal. Let's go, vamos, vamos.
That's awesome. How's your girlfriend? Doing all right? Everything just.
No, I think part of it was he told one of his players, "Tell me when the umpire starts getting here, closer to the mound. I'm going to keep talking to you until the umpire gets close. Let me know when he gets close to coming to the mound."
Yeah.
Hernandez. And a call strike. I mentioned that Dusek reminds me of Rick Russell, Big Daddy, who was known affectionately and when he pitched for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Also before that with both he and his brother Rick and Paul Russell pitched for the Chicago Cubs. There's ball 4, and on that wild pitch, runner moves to third, Colon first and third. But you know, there was always a question around baseball. Was it seemed like everybody who was announcing baseball wanted to know, is it Russell or is it Ruschel? And I asked Rick one time, and he told me it's Russell. But then he went on to tell me that when he and his brother were both playing for the Cubs, one brother would tell the announcers it was Russell, the other brother would say that it's Ruschel. And a stolen base here for Hernandez. Second and third, 1 out. As the Bronx has a 9-0 lead. Ball bounces under the glove of Diaz. Colon scores to make it 10-0. Hernandez on his way to, Hernandez goes to third, and batter Rodriguez ends up at second base.
So that is ruled E6.
Attention, please, for the Bronx. Now batting number 54, Michael Enriquez.
For no RBI.
No RBI.
And now the pinch hitter for the Bronx, Michael Enriquez. Enriquez batting. Runners at second and third. And it's a 10-0 lead for the Bronx. And the Bronx has 2 men on base, 1 out in the 4th inning. Well, the first 3 games, 2 of the 3 were shortened because of the mercy rule. And this one is set up as the possibility of making it 3 of 4. It will be Chinese Taipei against Palmview in our 3rd game of the day. That game will be on PLWS.TV. And now 3 balls, 1 strike. The audio for our streaming game provided by WJPA. In the radio chairs to her right now, Randy Gore and Mark Uriah. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Chinese Taipei getting ready to stake a claim to another championship in Washington, Pennsylvania. Ball 4, bases loaded. And bases loaded, top of the order. We haven't had a grand slam at the Pony League World Series in
about
a couple of hours.
2 hours.
You might have thought the last one was in 2018, but you would have been wrong. So that will be it for Dusick. And it is 10-0 Bronx as we step aside.
They play in all corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today. They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world.
So the pitching change here for Gijon, Spain, as right-hander Alexandra Shelton comes in from the outfield. And Dusick will move back to first base.
So DeCesaris is leaving the lineup, the third baseman, DeCesaris, and entering in his batting spot is number 14, Lila de Hauteville, and she will be playing center field.
All right, Lila's in center.
Yes. Shortstop Diaz to third base.
These changes for Gijon. Entering the game in the 7th spot in the lineup and playing center field, number 14, Lila de Hauteville.
De Hauteville in that 7th spot, as you could hear from Bob Gregg.
Peter Dusick returns to first base.
Dusick returning to play first base after pitching an inning and a third.
Alex Morales moves to short.
Morales to short.
Hugo Diaz to third base.
Diaz the third.
And Alexandra Shelton now pitching.
Bases loaded. One out. And the next pitch, a ball.
Batter is number 26, Eric Nunez.
Now Nunez 0 for 3 in the game. And a called strike, trying to get himself on the hit parade as there have been 10 hits in the game. And a foul ball out of play. Bases loaded. And one out. Shelton's pitch. High and outside. And ball 4. Bases loaded, walk. Hernandez scores to make it 11-0. Rodriguez to third. Enriquez to second.
And Perez to the plate. Perez with a triple back in the first, a double here in the second, and then this RBI single back in the third. Finds himself with the bases loaded here in the fourth.
And needing the home run to hit for the cycle.
But nobody has hit a grand slam in this Pony World Series.
No?
In, what was it? Last year, wasn't it?
No.
No.
I think it was last game.
Oh, okay, last game.
Rub it in. Go ahead, rub it in.
Where were you the last time a grand slam was hit in the Pony League World Series?
One out, bases loaded. And the pitch up high.
So,
and a pitch outside.
And we talked mercy rule. There is a mercy rule. Check the rule book. Mercy rule for 15 runs after 4 innings. Creeping up on that one here as well. 10 after 5, as is tradition. 15 after 4.
And out number 2.
Perez didn't get cheated on any of those swings. That's for certain.
Number 4, Fausto Dominguez.
Dominguez, who is 2 for 2, and he has 3 RBIs. Now, the Bronx scored 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and 2 here in this inning. Boucher to the mound. The play will be at the plate to end the inning. 4th inning. The Bronx comes up with 2 more runs and leads 11-0 going to the bottom of the 4th.
They play in all corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world. So we're going to the bottom of the fourth inning. A couple of changes now for the Bronx defensively. Enriquez stays in the game. He's playing first base. Hernandez in left field.
And Enriquez staying in and playing third base, number 54. I'm sorry, that's number 4 at third base.
These changes for the Bronx.
So that's Dominguez.
Number 54, Michael Enriquez.
Enriquez at first.
Yep.
Moving to center field, number 10, Gianli Rodriguez.
Rodriguez in center.
Field, number 40, Justin Hernandez. And staying in the game to play right field, number 3, Kendry Colon.
And Colon at right.
At the bottom of the fourth, leading off, number 72, Peter Dusick.
Now Dusick, it's the middle third of the Spanish batting order. Dusick has one of the two hits recorded by Gijon. Acosta came on and recorded the final out of the third inning. Ball fouled away. Interesting that that Dusick, he keeps his index finger of his right hand off the bat handle.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if maybe one time he had like a stoved or broken finger and had a couple of great days at the plate. Just decided to keep doing it.
And now confronted with a count of 3 balls, 2 strikes. One away. First strikeout for Acosta.
Pitcher number 24, Alexander Shelton.
And strike one, Shelton 0 for 1. Championship game Wednesday night. Well, we were quite impressed with the club from Tijuana, Mexico. And it just so happened that Chinese Taipei, the pre-tournament favorites, are in the top part of the bracket, among the top 5 teams of the 5 teams top of the bracket, 5 teams bottom of the bracket. And Chinese Taipei in the top 5, Tijuana, Mexico, bottom 5. Are they on a path to meet each other Wednesday night here on the stage at Luis Pony Field? 1-2 pitch. Off the glove and back to the screen, and back to the dugouts, which are behind home plate and under the press box.
I've been impressed with a handful of teams here at the Pony League World Series. At Game 1, Texas, great pitching, pushing them through to play Chinese Taipei today. Then last night we saw Puerto Rico just running all over the place. I think they had 8 stolen bases, moving up on overthrows, moving up on balls controlled by the infielders, just running without hesitation, without mercy, just taking every base that they possibly could. And then Tijuana, Mexico, we just saw with just consistent hitting, timely hitting, singles, doubles, and then the home runs. The home runs by Romeo Berjones.
Two down. Combs play with a bouncer to third. And the throw to first base. Acosta's retired 4 of 4. We'll go to the 5th inning. The Bronx 11. Gijon, Spain, nothing.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
Well, with Lila DeHoutville in center field, brings back memories of Annie Rivera of Brownsville, Texas, who in 2018 became the first girl to have an at-bat and also pitched in the Pony League World Series. And Lila is due up to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. So for the Bronx, Cuello Vasquez, now the new left fielder for Gijon, Spain.
5th inning, shortstop number 9, Jeremy Cuello.
Is this playable? It is. Cuello fouls out on the first pitch of the 5th inning. The Bronx leads 11-0, and with the run deficit being over 10, that means that it's going to be a last call bottom of the 5th inning for Gijon, Spain. Now Acosta. RBI single in the first. RBI double in the second. Flied out to deep left field in the 4th inning.
Dominguez down in the left field bullpen for the Bronx.
Got 2-1. There is one out, nobody on. Two-two pitch. And a full count.
Last at-bat, the last swing that Acosta took, he poked one out about 270 feet to left field.
We thank you to our night sponsors and Wilson Sporting Goods. Foul ball's yours to keep. Today, thank you to Washington Financial Bank.
Line drive just off the tip of the glove of the third baseman. And Acosta has the one-out double in his third hit of the game.
Ball hit really hard. Right toward Diaz. It's his second double today, a single in the first, a double back in the second. He's got 2 RBIs on the day. And Garcia coming to the plate, 0 for 1 today. Or I'm sorry, Kendry Colon, who walked his last time up but scored.
Runner at second, one out, 11-0. The Bronx leads, and Acosta going for third. And the throw kicks away. Acosta breaking for the plate, and the throw, he is out. I guess you can get a little feisty when you're leading 11-0 in the fifth inning.
A little bit. A good job by Diaz to pop up and make a strong throw to the plate. Bang, bang play.
Two outs. The Bronx scored 3 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth. And the ball fouled out of play. Pitch outside. Roger Leonard, our producer. Scott Bartlett, our director. Our crew from WVRC Media. Dan Lohman, Mike Parsons, executive producers, and an extremely talented crew that is supporting us. A couple of games last night, 3 today, 3 tomorrow, 4 on Monday, 4 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, maybe 3 on Wednesday. And it's now 3-2. At 11-0 in favor of the team from the state of New York. And ball 4. Shelton, who came on in the fourth inning, third pitcher of the game for Gijon, Spain. And now Hernandez. RBIs in this game. Nunez has 1. Perez has 2. Dominguez has 3. Acosta 2 RBIs. And then there were 3 runs that were recorded without runs batted in. You know, if a loss is handed to Spain, it would be playing at 5 o'clock tomorrow against Michigan. And with the win here today, the Bronx would be matched up against Washington County at noon tomorrow. Wild pitch.
Here's that winning number, $432 for the holder of this 50-50 ticket, 894052. 894052. If you have that ticket, report to the press box. If you have other tickets,
One man on and two outs.
confirm a winner.
Hit in the air to left. And Vasquez makes the catch and the inning. No runs on one hit. One man left on base. Lou Hayes Pony Field becomes the last chance saloon for Gijon, Spain. Down 11-0, moving into the bottom of the fifth.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskate your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Player of the game for the Bronx, and certainly a number of candidates, but Jeremias Perez opened up in the first inning with a triple. He has scored 3 runs, driven in a pair of runs. He has a triple, a double, and a single to his credit in 4 at-bats. Jeremias Perez, a home run short of the cycle. He's the player of the game for the Bronx.
And for the bottom of the 5th inning, a couple changes. Dominguez is now on to pitch for the Bronx. Colon moves to third from right field.
And Costa goes back out to center field and looks like left fielder. It's the only one that we're waiting on.
And it will be Lila de Holdville to lead off the bottom of the
First step down in this
5th inning.
for center fielder number 14, Lila de Holdville.
And takes a strike. As I mentioned at the top of the inning, Amy Rivera was the first woman to play the Pony League World Series. It came 6 years ago. So it does indeed look like of the first 4 games this year, 3 of the 4 shortened by way of the mercy rule. And we'll start eliminating teams tomorrow. The loser of Mon Valley and Long Beach will be eliminated. 1 away now here in the 5th inning. Gijon loses this game. It plays Bay County in an elimination game at 5 tomorrow. So
Right fielder number 21, Joey Viola.
now Viola. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. So the winners, Palmview over Mon Valley in game 1. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico winning game 2 yesterday over Long Beach.
Second baseman number 10, Sengli Transang.
Tijuana, Mexico. First game today. 13-0 winners over Bay County. And 11-0 the Bronx on top of Spain. Two down in the 5th. And Gijon, Spain down to its final out. Just 2 hits in the game for Spain. Both hits came in the first inning. Gonzalez a single and Dusick a single. Two 2-1 pitch is low. And a full count. And ball 4. 2 down.
Third baseman number 44, Hugo Diaz.
Hugo Diaz to step in now. Eleven to nothing, the Bronx leads. Swing and a miss. No question about the fact that it is a pretty quick turnaround for the Bronx. Back at noon tomorrow to play Washington County. And then if the winner of that game doesn't play until 7:30 on Monday. And down low, 2 balls and a strike. The Bronx scoring 3 times in each of the first 3 innings and 2 runs in the 4th. Last out for Gijon, Spain, and 3-1. Full count. Runner goes. Ball 4. So Dominguez struck out the first 2 batters he faced. Has walked the last 2 batters.
Going to draw a mound visit.
Wilson Gutierrez sending his son Jeffrey out to have a conversation. Jeffrey, by the way, played 2 years at Sonny Sullivan.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Come to a stop, all right? Rushing a little bit. They might call ball. All right? All right, let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
50, congratulations, Amy of Washington, winning $432. Please dispose of your non-winning tickets in your nearest trash receptacle. Thank you very much.
And so now Carlos Gonzalez, who is 1 for 2. The Bronx leads 11-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Foul ball off the face mask, Perez. You're starting to doze off. Jeremiah, wake up.
Enriquez at the bag at first. And getting a throw that ends the game. On a pickoff at first base from the catcher, Perez. No runs, no hits, 2 left on base. A 5-inning game as the Bronx beats Gijon, Spain, 11-0.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
And the final score of our second game, second of 3 here at the Pony League World Series, brought to you by Printscape, 11-0. The Bronx wins, and here's Joe Mercado.
Here with Fausto Dominguez, 3 RBIs and a pair of base hits. Fausto, congratulations. How important was it for you guys to get those 3 3-run innings early to set the tone?
It was really important because we had to attack first for we could set our energy up, you know. We have to keep it going like that the whole tournament.
Any nerves coming out here? It's been a while since the Bronx has been here.
Yes, we was a little bit nervous because a lot of crowds. We haven't got a lot of that yet. But we're working to, you know, have fun over here, do everything good.
How about the 2 pitchers in front of you? How well were they throwing, and what were the keys to their success?
They were throwing really good. Their key for the success was really good, throwing strikes a lot, trying to attack first, always in their hitters count, always. Trying to throw balls when they need to, really good.
Fausto, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back upstairs.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. There will be a 3rd game, and that will be on plws.tv, and the audio provided by our friend from WJPA. Score, your thoughts about this win by the Bronx?
Just great pitching by the Bronx, great hitting to back it up. Jeremiah Perez, 3 hits. Fausto Dominguez there with 2, leading the way.
The Bronx wins 11-0. Hope you'll join us here for the Pony League World Series.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small-town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.